Hi everyone, we're here for lesson number 18, which is about weather variables. So weather variables are things we use to determine how the weather is going to be like for the week. So we already learned about one this week, which was precipitation. So yes, precipitation is a part of the water cycle, but it also helps us determine if there's going to be any forms of water coming down from the sky, which would help us prepare to better determine what the weather outside is going to be like. So there's other variables we use to determine the weather outside. So can you guys think of any? What makes you aware of how hot or cold it is outside if you weren't outside? What would you use? What would the weatherman tell you about? If you said temperature, you would be correct. So a lot of the times a weather app or the weather channel will tell us the temperature for the day. So that will help us determine if it's going to be really hot outside or really cold or in between, and then we usually dress accordingly. So some other variables we're going to learn about today are wind speed, wind direction, and temperature, which we just went over. So when someone in your family is looking to see what to wear outside for the day, they will often use these three variables in addition to precipitation to determine what they will wear outside for the day. Wind speed, we're going to go over the definition. So wind speed describes how fast the air is moving past a certain point. So it just determines how fast the wind is, and if it's super windy, it's usually in miles per hour. If it's super windy, then we usually want to wear maybe an extra coat or something just to know that it might be a little chillier. The wind direction describes the direction on the compass from which the wind is coming from. So for example, it could be coming from the north or from the west. And then temperature is a degree of hotness or coldness that can be measured using a device, a weather device called a thermometer. So now that we have reviewed the different types of variables, I'm going to read the definitions of one of the variables, and I want you to guess what it is. Blank describes how fast the air is moving past a certain point. So think about it. So if you said wind speed, you would be correct. So we're going to learn about how to read these different variables on weather.com. So there are many different apps we could use. There's the weather. They have the weather channel online every day, but I chose weather.com just because I think it's a very friendly app for kids and for people like me that I'm not that good at reading the weather. So unfortunately, I cannot display it on my screen, but I took some screenshots and I'm going to attach them to the document so you will be able to see where to look for the four variables, because we're going to be looking, so weather.com does not have the wind direction. There's a different website that I will also attach, but we'll talk about that later. So we're going to try to find, using your own location, you're going to try to find with the wind speed, the temperature, and the percent of precipitation. So when we talk about precipitation, it's the percent. So it wouldn't say like precipitation, yes, no. It would be like there's a 20% chance that it will rain today or that it will snow today. So it will be in percents. So when you go on weather.com, you want to put in your location. So I am currently in Raleigh, North Carolina, which you guys might have not known that. And in the beginning of the page I circled, that's where I found the temperature. It is 86 degrees, and it even says below it's sunny. So I could see that it's sunny out. And then if I scroll down, you're going to have to scroll down. Excuse me. Down here, it does say 0% chance. So that means there's a 0% chance of rain. But if I scroll over here, I could see there's a 15% chance of rain. And then they use that little symbol, the rain droplets, just to know that it is the rain that's coming. And if it was snow, it'd be snow instead. So there's a 15% chance evening overnight. So it probably won't rain, but there still is a percent tonight. And then when you scroll down, it's cool because it tells you, it feels like 87. It's 86 outside, but it feels like 87. And I think that's because the wind is only 9 miles per hour, so right here. And it doesn't have the wind direction on that. So it just says how much wind there is, which is 9 miles per hour. So that's not a lot of wind. And we're looking outside right now. The trees are really not moving too much. So that's probably why it feels hotter than it is. Because if it was very windy, it'd probably feel colder than 86 degrees outside. So I want you guys to go on weather.com. I attached it to the link on the document on Google Classroom. And I want you to find the weather of your own location and town. If you need help, you could just type in your town, Sunbury, or wherever you live, or you could also do your zip code. If you don't know that, maybe someone in your family knows your zip code. I know some of you guys do know, and some of you guys are not sure of your zip code yet. And then you're going to determine the wind speed, the temperature, and the precipitation. And this is just a really great way to learn about how to read the weather, because we use these variables to determine the weather, and that affects our everyday life. So since I see it's 15% chance of rain, even though that's not a lot of rain, I'm definitely going to make sure the windows in my car are up tonight so that no rain could get into my car and ruin my car potentially. So again, what I'm looking for is the location you use. So I want you to tell me what location you use. So for example, I used Raleigh, North Carolina. The wind speed, so mine today was 9 miles per hour. The temperature, it was 66 here. I already forget. 86. 86 here. And the percent of precipitation, it's 0% right here now for Raleigh, but tonight there's closer to a 15% chance. And then, like I said, the wind direction, so what direction it's coming from, I have not found it on weather.com. I did attach a link that you can find the wind direction for a specific location. That will be my challenge for you guys today, to find the wind direction on the second website, but that is just a challenge again. So once you're done finding this on weather.com, you'll simply type up the information or write it, whatever's easier, and send it to me, Miss Gagnon, via Google Classroom. And one more time, I just want to explain the importance of these variables. They do help us determine what the weather will be like that day, and it is very important for us to know that so that we could dress accordingly and just plan accordingly. For example, if it did say there was a 100% chance of snow and that the roads might be slippery, I might maybe want to try to plan my day so that I'm not driving when it's super snowy, so I could be safe. So definitely the weather is very important, and it's important for us to learn how to read it. Have a good day, guys. Let me know if you have any questions about these lessons.